Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 136 of the Sensible Sociopath podcast.
Woohoo!
We are live on a Friday night, coming to you from the depths of the underground here in lovely Sensible Sociopath Studios.
Oh,
It's
beneath the Arlington National Cemetery.
It's true. It's true.
Beneath the tomb of the unknown soldier.
That is correct.
That would be awesome.
So today we have a great episode. We are going to talk about the good old days, and the reason we're doing this is actually because of a young Zoomer Eric who knows a lot about the good old days.
I know a fair amount. I wouldn't say a lot.
This is Zoomer Eric.
Yeah. Oh, hello,
Eric Doan.
I'm a Zoomer.
Yes, it's true. He's got good hair. Tell him his hair looks nice.
Thank you. Please leave comments about my hair that are nice.
He has a large
Penis?
non-cisgender male
Yeah.
following.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, thank you
my
for following him.
Thank you for my fan club.
All the 9 binaries.
I love all of you. Yeah.
They're a good bunch.
All the theys out there
They and them.
and thems.
Yep. And then we also have Romerica Rifkin, our in-studio producer
Hi, guys.
and personality.
Roma.
Yes,
Um,
Roma.
Will you tilt your camera down a little bit?
Yes.
That's better.
I'm hitting everything.
Yep.
Hand check, everyone. Especially Eric. Okay, so
Sorry.
let's see. This is the show where we take morphine and turn it into fentanyl.
Oh, that's pretty
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Chinese fentanyl.
Yeah, it's the kind that kills a lot of people by accident.
good. I've been watching what was that show called? Breaking Bad for the first time.
Mhm.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. Makes me want to do meth.
It is a life decision.
Is meth
Roma.
fun?
I've heard it's fun.
I get prescribed amphetamines actually.
That's cool.
I mean, can we just freebase them now, or is that?
It's for my ADHD. It's to help me focus.
I mean, me too.
That's not your movement. That's not for you.
It's not mine.
No, that's
All
Roma's
right.
movement and women like her.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Well,
One time they prescribed me Ritalin because they were like, maybe you're ADHD, and it's just. They said that women tend to get diagnosed late in life because, I don't know, they're women. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they
because their
gave
crazy hormones are all
Yeah.
over the place.
yeah, so they gave me
Am I
Ritalin,
right, non-binaries?
Yeah.
and I forget what the dose was, but I only took half a pill, and I was so cracked out that I was chewing my tongue and created sores, and I'm like, I'm never
Oh,
doing this
no.
again. It was terrible.
That's
Yeah.
not good.
It wasn't a good cracked out.
Yeah.
That's why Eric has so many calluses on his tongue.
No,
We
I don't have
think.
calluses on my tongue. I don't chew my tongue. That's weird.
Okay, well,
I haven't had that experience. But
I
I
mean-
have tried Ritalin before, and it just gave me like anger problems.
Eric, they were caused by something. I don't know what your tongue calluses are from, but they were caused by something. I'm
Rough-
giving you an
rough
out.
tongue, deep rim jobs.
Okay, all right. That's deep, meaningful rim jobs.
Yeah, with passion.
Yeah. Long, slow, wet rim jobs that last 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's from Bull Durham.
I could see how
That's a
if a
Costner
guy,
movie.
I could see how if a guy was shaven, but it had been a few days and it was prickly, that'd probably really fuck up your tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean his butt had been shaven
Mm-hmm.
and then had
Yeah.
like a 5 o'clock shadow?
We were just talking about rim jobs. Of course, I was.
But Roma,
I just hate when your butthole gives me a canker sore.
yeah. They don't know what causes canker sores, so that actually may have something. You might be right.
So
That's what I'm saying.
I went out with this guy a few times years ago, and went to his. So we went out, had a couple drinks, and then went to his place because we were both watching the same show at what was it, Penny Dreadful. And so he's like, "Oh, you like Penny Dreadful? I do too." And so I was like, "Okay, well, let's go watch Penny Dreadful." So, anyways, we ended up making out, and his stubble
Mhm.
was so rough. I had a rash the next day.
Oh, gross.
Because he just had really thick hair, and it was freshly shaven, but it was just starting to grow out, and it was like sandpaper. It was
Oh,
terrible.
gross.
It was. I've never had that before, and I'm like, what the fuck is up with your facial hair
That
or
means
lack thereof?
His microbes got in like your skin and stuff.
So it never got infected. It just was like rashy. It just like my face was red and like rashy the
no.
next day. And like it never got bad. But yeah, it was,
that
it
sounds
looked
like-
like
that-
I had been rubbing sandpaper on my
That
face.
sounds like an STD.
Sounds like contact dermatitis.
Yeah.
No, because as it was happening, I was like, ow, this hurts. Like
Yeah.
it didn't last long. I was like, I cannot kiss you. This is bad.
Yeah.
Well, aside from Roma's 5 o'clock shadow rim jobs, before what?
I thought he was the one giving them.
What? No, Roma, you were giving it to him.
What?
No, Eric was
Roma's-
getting canker sores, and I said maybe
Yeah.
if the guy was freshly shaven, but it had been a little bit.
Yeah, but then you got it around your mouth. You're like, oh, must have been from all the kissing we did.
Oh no, literally, that's what it was from. Because I could
Okay.
feel it happening
Eric,
as it was
look at me.
happening.
Yeah. What was the pink eye
Look,
from, Roma?
Yeah, exactly. Why'd
I've
you get pink
never
eye?
had pink eye.
Because your eye was right next to his butthole.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you never got pink eye because your mouth is always covering the place that gives it to you.
Yeah.
Maybe. I
Yep.
don't know.
Roma, gotta learn how to relax, okay?
Welcome to Candy Camera. We gotcha.
Yeah, we got you, Roma.
We gotcha.
I hope you
Okay.
like TikTok.
Welcome to Gotcha Journalism.
That's right.
Okay.
So,
We'll just go with it.
absolutely. So if you're listening to live, please chat with us. We have people chatting and we love them.
Hello. Hello,
And
hello.
smash that like button, shoot that share and subscribe to this channel. Share it with all your friends. We'd love the support. So,
Dan says make sure it's clean and rinsed from America.
his butt,
I mean, I don't know.
the guy's
I
butt.
don't-
I'm assuming
I'll-
we're talking about butts again.
I only liked the bleach assholes.
You
Yeah,
are?
we-
Have you
no,
ever seen one?
I haven't.
Me neither. I don't think.
Actually.
Does that work?
But
How would that work?
I think it
anal
would-
bleaching?
Yeah.
There's like
I mean, I know
there's
it's
like
a thing.
toolkits. Like look up anal bleaching toolkit.
I know it's a thing, but I just feel like, how would you bleach your skin? That's so weird to me.
Well, I think you take a Clorox wipe and then you just cram it right up there.
Why do you want a
Yeah.
dark cavernous butthole when you could have a nice shiny butthole?
Yeah. Well, it's true. You know, I want one that looks like Fraggle Rock.
Yeah.
You know, let the music play. Something for another day.
Hmm.
Chase your cares away.
Is this one of those
Yeah.
glory
Worries for another
days?
day.
That's exactly it.
Is this one of those good old days things?
Absolutely, it was. Yeah, yeah. It was a Muppets. It was a Muppets thing, and then like they had like David Bowie's cod piece on there and stuff.
Oh.
So, let's see. Now, I was setting up and I was troubleshooting something, and that's the reason you saw me play with my lighting is because we have this like high pitched squeal coming out of the LED.
I
um,
actually don't hear it right now.
I fixed it again.
Yeah, he like MacGyvered what wouldn't be crazy to call an apparatus
I would say that's apt.
from
An aptaratus.
from just like stuff around him like MacGyver. It was crazy.
It's true. And that's, you know, that's part of being a podcaster. You know, one of the things you have to do is solve problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know, world hunger.
You solved
Asian
world
hate.
hunger?
Well, I didn't solve it, but I've tried. Asian
What are
hate.
your ideas? What were your plans?
So world hunger, the first thing you want to do is get rid of all the animals. They eat so much.
That's true.
That's
yeah.
fair.
So I think China's doing it
Big
right.
Consumers.
And you get rid of domesticated and wild animals.
Just all animal life.
Yeah, and you want to jerk them.
You know, I've long been a
Jerk them?
Yes.
Like
I've long
jerky?
been a believer of
Or
human
that.
supremacy, both on Earth and throughout the galaxy. Like we're better than aliens, we're better than elephants.
Yeah, and even
whatever.
some humans, right?
Yeah.
Eric.
Okay, listen, I'm better than some humans.
Whoa. Women, right?
They don't belong
always-
to any specific class or creed or
Okay.
religion.
They're
just-
non-binary.
No, there's just some people out there that like you're lesser than me. Just know that.
Okay.
Just
well,
know that.
I mean, Eric, look, you're on the fastest rising podcast on our network. So, you know, I would say you're
Yeah.
right.
So, but like, no.
Now,
one
do
in
you hate those
particular.
people though? Do you wish ill of them?
No,
Okay.
I'm like
okay.
Jesus.
You are like
I don't know
Jesus.
if that's sacrilege.
mean,
to say
Jesus-
or
no.
heretical. Heretical.
Yeah.
Herod.
Yeah, I don't know.
The word
But
tickle,
even
isn't it?
but even Jesus judged people. I mean,
True, but I also judge people.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
just did. I said
You're
that
like-
some were lesser than me.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, but I'm still a good person.
I mean, we're all less than Jesus.
I don't
What
know.
about Kanye? Roma.
Yeah,
Can't say that.
That's true.
the next Messiah,
Yeah.
the Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. He's got Yeezys, Roma.
The
What did
Yeezys.
Jesus have? Sandals? Those are dumb.
Yeah,
Gross.
Kanye. Once he finally gets to the highest level of the Illuminati, he'll ascend.
I think he's pretty much got it. I think he's got it locked.
Yeah.
And what's driving him crazy is all of his success and money and fame and power and his sick beats.
And his BPD.
Remember his boopity doop doop boopity doop doop
Mhm.
boop? You know? It's like,
Yeah.
holy shit, what's this guy? I mean, where's he get it from?
Yeah, genius.
Yeah. It's like,
I
what-
actually do like some Kanye songs. So
yeah, me too. Now,
Yeah, no, he's got talent.
I showed a lady friend of mine Speaking Through the Wire, which was his like first one.
Wait, a lady friend?
Yeah. She's non-binary.
Oh, okay.
They are non-binary. Yeah, and you know, and this was back, you know, early 2000s to bring it all back around to the past.
Yeah.
But it was his first thing, and it was called Speaking Through the Wire because he was a music producer, and I think just a rapper, kind of like Puff Daddy
A
or
rapist?
P Diddy. Yes, he rapped a lot. So
He's a serial rapist.
statutory rapper, yeah, rapist. So he ended up getting into a car accident that like really messed him up, and it was right before he was going to record his like debut album or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had to wire his jaw shut,
Oh shit.
and he rapped this really sick, you know, and he's from
Wow.
Chicago, and it's called Speaking Through the Wire. So if you listen to it, and the video's cool because it just shows like pictures of him all fucked up because you know he almost died in the car wreck.
This is
Wow.
Kanye?
Mhm.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Wow.
Speaking through the wire.
And I get a paper cut, my day is ruined.
Right?
Yeah. And you know, I think he actually recorded it like 6 days after or something, like when they just like wired it shut and like
That's
fixed
why I'll
his
never
jaw.
make it big, because I would just be like, hey, I'm just going to pass on my one shot. My mouth is like discombobulated.
Do you guys remember the show was it The Real World on MTV?
Yeah.
One of the first
Is
shows.
this a good old days thing?
Yes.
This is a good old days thing. One of the
Okay.
first shows, one of the contestants or people that lived in the house or like that, she wired her jaw shut so that she would lose weight.
Whoa.
Mhm.
I mean, she was already thin.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, she was
extreme.
already very attractive and thin because it's MTV and they're only going to have attractive, thin people on.
There's not too many fat girls that are like, I'm gonna go for it. You know, like they're always the crazy thin
Yeah.
bloods. Yeah.
I'll
So-
make this drastic decision that I can never eat again.
Yeah. Why didn't she just mouth off to her Italian boyfriend?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
same
she.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, I think she. I forget how long she did it for, like a month or something. So she could only drink through a
Wow.
straw.
Yeah.
That's just like Jesus too.
It's-
Fasting.
It's true. Yes. You know,
Are
fasting-
crazy skinny women Jesus? Question mark.
I mean,
You know, there were a lot of
Tight
quote
abs.
unquote saints, or that were later sainted that felt compelled to starve themselves for God.
Well, you know,
I mean, the Buddha did it too, didn't he?
I think there's one saint
I
that
think-
like cut his own dick off because he was like, the lust is bad, bro.
I think a lot of the saints
Saint-
probably
Saint
were.
That was
Caitlyn?
before yoga pants.
Saint Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah,
I think,
that's exactly what it was.
I think a lot of saints probably suffered from schizophrenia, which is why they thought like God
Oh.
was talking to them and
Hmm.
did
Man.
really crazy things. I mean, like there were some that would like only sustain on like bugs, or like there was one woman that I think she only ate like apple seeds or something, which is funny because there's like cyanide in them, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
There's-
Janie Appleseed, they called her.
Mm-hmm.
She'd go dropping deuces all throughout the orchards. Well, what became orchards? Hard to find apples when there's no apple trees, but it's ironic
Yeah.
that they show up afterwards.
Well, it's weird that it's hard to find apple trees now, considering we have a legend about a guy that planted a bunch. Where are they?
hmm I've found them before, and you feel kind of like a jerk stealing people's apples.
Yeah.
They're from Johnny Appleseed gave them to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Wu-Tang is for the children.
When Johnny Appleseed so loved the world, he gave his only apple tree.
He betrothed he
Bequeathed.
bequeathed his only son. Well, yeah, what if there was a guy and
He'd
his
be
name was
queefing.
Johnny Appleseed and he just jerked off onto apples? Would that be a crime? I wouldn't feel
Johnny
good about
Asshole Seed.
it. Like he'd be up in the Mott's factory jerking into barrels. I assume
Mott's?
they come in barrels.
Yeah, I don't know what a Mott's is. Oh,
Mott's?
the Mott's
Apple
brand.
MOTTS. Yeah.
Mott's brand
Mhm.
applesauce.
Mhm.
Is
Yeah.
that what its creamy flavor comes
Ugh.
from?
It's delicious. You just throw a little cinnamon in
Wow.
Gross.
Wow.
there. Okay, so we keep dashing this concept, and I wanted to ask Eric what he thought some of the things were that happened in the past, or that happen now, and how they happened before
Okay.
the current things that we have.
Okay.
It's probably a premise that's never been done before.
I have an example.
Excellent.
Okay.
I was just listening to a podcast recently, and
Mhm.
they were, which I think we should do this. They were reading old timey ads
Okay.
from like the 1800s,
Oh,
which was fucking hilarious because some of them are so just wackadoo.
Mhm.
But so, anyways, they were talking about, somebody had written an article about, and I think there was a cartoon in it, about, then there's a bunch of people sitting on a bus reading books, and it was talking about how nobody engages each other anymore.
Oh, that
Then
the
this is-
printing press was ruining.
This is in the 1800s,
Dude.
and now I've seen the same cartoons and read the same articles because of cell phones.
That's
Yeah.
legit. Socrates thought writing would be the end of human like knowledge because he's like,
Really?
yeah, because
Yeah.
he was all about remembering stuff. And he's
Yeah.
like, if you write it down, then you're just a dumbass who has to read.
Yeah. You idiots that read. Yeah.
Memorize all
But-
your knowledge.
That's actually true. And up until, really history didn't start until, the orators. But I think like when they started
Yeah.
writing things down, because then you have like a record of it. But prior to that, being a storyteller. So like you think of Homer and like the Iliad
Mhm.
and the Odyssey and all that stuff, like was just a tale that was told by, these guys were headliners in those days.
Mhm.
By the way, Achilles gay
Really?
with Patroclus.
They dipped him in the gay river?
Yeah, the
That is
river,
cool.
the river gay.
The river
The
Dicks?
river of sticks. Yeah, dicks. River of dicks.
Oops. I meant invincible. They put him in the other one. The gay stuff.
But that's legit. Like
really.
that's speculated. That
Well, do you
they
know-
were lovers.
Back in like Roman times or Greek times or whatever, like when there were philosophers and things like that,
Mhm.
they would actually, these philosophers would, so the parents would send off their young male sons
Mhm.
to live with these philosophers, and they would teach them about life, including sex.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
basically, they were pedophiles
Hey, Grandpa.
that would teach these young boys like the ways of the world.
Who better?
It's disgusting.
I
I'm like,
do know that the ancient Greeks invented orgies, and the Romans figured out you could add women.
oh, that's pretty good.
Those Romans always ruined the party. Just the dudes hanging out.
Yeah,
and-
it used to just be bros being bros.
yeah. It's true. You just hang out, watch some football,
When you're
just wrestle each other a
when the
while.
wise old grandpa that's telling you about knowledge and truth and
Yeah.
virtue fucks you in the ass.
There could
I have
be.
I have
Yeah.
some friends, and they're all buddies like on a sports team, and they get really drunk, and what do they end up doing at the end of the night but having like wrestling competitions,
Same thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Like guys just have to fucking wrestle.
Yeah.
Yep.
And whoever gets pinned gets fucked. Just guys being dudes.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong with that, I think.
Yeah.
I think just getting off a little steam,
Well,
little aggression.
Back in
You don't
ancient
need women
Greece,
around.
the city of Thebes had a special military
Mhm.
group called the Sacred Band of Thebes, which was 150 pairs of lovers, so 300 men total. And the idea was that you would fight harder for the man next to you if you fucked his asshole every once in a while.
Wow.
Interesting.
And we're in love. So
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. But I mean, just
Yeah.
look at prison. You know, like you put a
Mhm.
bunch of men together and like, a lot of them are probably
Yeah.
alphas because they're murderers and like whatever,
Mhm.
or at least think that they are. You put them all together and they start fucking each other.
Yeah.
It's true.
And the Sacred Band of Thebes was the ones that like defeated Spartan hegemony and stuff, like put Sparta into decline. So gay men are winning.
Yeah. Well, where did the women come from? Or so where did their sons come from then? Because so that might have been the
Well, I think
downfall.
they probably had wives in town.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but they just didn't give them any
not
of the
every.
good cum.
It's not like the whole town was gay. Just this one like army regiment was gay dudes.
Well, if you watch 300, they had wives.
Yeah, the Spartans had wives, but the Sacred Band of Thebes, they were.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that there was.
Sounds pretty gay.
Yeah, I think that there was a lot of gay stuff happening back in the old days, and
Yeah.
then they eventually
Don't get me started on Egypt.
Egypt.
Yeah, they were
All right.
super gay.
What was going on with the Egyptians?
Oh well, besides fucking their like sisters and sons and stuff,
Yeah.
they were also like wearing makeup all the time, gay.
Well,
Gay.
I mean, we were just talking about wearing makeup on the show. Oh, by the way, you know what I think we should do in here?
Yeah.
And Daniel is in the
The chat.
chat as well. I think we should write freestyle raps.
Oh, we all become freestyle rappers.
Well, maybe not freestyle, but I think we should all have a rap off.
Oh,
And so,
Should we like pick a beat and then we all do it to that beat? I think we should have one beat.
yeah,
We should all do it to that beat.
okay.
I'm terrible with music. I have like no rhythm.
Well, that's what's going to be funny about it
Mhm.
because it's not going to be good. I mean, first of all, we're all white. So-
mine's gonna be good.
I've prepared. I have prepared like little rap just in
Okay.
case I ever came into a situation.
Yeah,
A freestyling-
cipher.
Yeah.
No, a cipher.
Is that what they
You
call
ever-
it?
Yeah. You ever wandered into a cipher?
Yeah. So I have a little like rhyme ready just in case.
All right.
Memorize.
Yeah, but
So I'm already a step ahead.
I think it should be a contest.
I already.
Well, and if it's going to be a contest, then it's got to be to the same beat. I feel like.
I don't know.
Not
I mean,
necessarily.
everybody has their own style and their own, because somebody might not be as like technical or as somebody
Yeah.
might like West Coast.
I'm more like
style
a
versus
Beastie
East
Boy.
Coast or,
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because you're Jewish with the curls.
Do I
Mhm.
look Jewish?
I mean, you have curly hair. Isn't that a Jewish thing?
Yeah. Actually, this is not the first time I've been called Jewish.
Really?
I've actually been called much worse.
I mean, not much worse, but worse.
Well, just
Did you
Jewish
get called
slur.
the N word?
No.
Oh, okay. That's-
Just Jewish, the Jewish N word.
Oh, I see. Okay. Wait, were they kidding? Wait,
No, it was my
Was it-
nickname for a while.
really?
Yeah.
What's the
Eric-
Jewish N word?
I'm not gonna say it.
Well, I don't
Starts
know.
with a K.
Oh, I know what it is.
All right.
Because the first thing that came to mind was Canuck, but I'm like, no, it's Canadian. But it's-
the Canucks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ron was like, I can't believe it. They would call you a Canuck. Type of salmon.
Kat's laughing. She says, Jew-fro, laugh out loud.
Mhm.
It is a
That's what I'm
Jew-fro.
saying.
It is a Jew fro. That's
Which
fair.
means you would be great as a Beastie Boy.
Yeah. If only I could get Israeli citizenship
Yeah.
though.
You could rap about, you could be like, don't you tell me to pod. You stick around
Yeah.
and make a.
No,
know.
do you want to hear what my real rap is?
I mean, I don't know if you should give up all your.
Yeah,
all
do you want to
your-
bust your nut on
all
this
your
episode
goodies.
or on the
Yeah.
next episode?
Okay, I'll
'Cause
wait.
When we do a
I'll wait.
freestyle.
Yeah.
I'll
I mean,
bust
we're going
my
to have
nut
like a real
next time.
microphone and like all that shit.
A
too.
real micro? What am I talking into?
Well,
These are fake microphones.
These just have a little string. They're a cup with a string that goes into some sort of a computer box. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
These are all for show.
Exactly.
We
Faux
actually
show.
record the audio later. We do a
Yeah.
separate audio track.
Exactly. Yeah. This isn't even our podcast. We're just acting it out. It's like TikTok.
We're lip syncing. Yeah.
We're just making an extended TikTok. It's very meta.
Yeah. The original's in Israeli, actually.
Exactly. Yeah. Those bunch of Chinooks.
Those Canucks. Oh my god.
So
The Canucks need to lay off Palestine, bro.
yes, they do. So I do think we should do that. We got to use rap beats obviously that are non what's the word?
Copyrighted
Yeah.
or whatever.
I will only rap to kosher beats.
They can be kosher beats.
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah. So I think we should everybody start writing your rhymes.
Okay.
And I think they can they can bus on other people some. Like, I don't think that should be like the goal of it. But if you're trying to win a rap battle,
Right,
I would
right.
say that's
You gotta
you shouldn't
insult
be
the other
like,
person.
I'm the sickest MC in the like just talking about how cool you are. You gotta talk about how shitty the other people are. You know, like throw some jokes in there.
You're fat,
So I think it'd
gay,
be funny.
and dumb, and I hate you.
Exactly.
That was your rap, wasn't it?
Yep. He's like, ah, damn, all my best lines. So I think it'd be a really, really funny.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah, I just think it'll be
And
fun.
don't forget, you're ugly.
Yeah, and I can always help people find beats or whatever if you can't find them. But you know, YouTube has tons of channels of like non-copyright music. So as long as you find one that you can get the URL to,
I'm gonna
bring it up.
I'm gonna beatbox my own pre-recorded.
That would be hilarious, actually. Yeah, if you did your own like instrumental, and then it gets copyright struck. It's like he was doing Phil Collins in the air of the night. He did it so well.
Phil who?
Yeah. Okay. Well, there was this band Genesis back in the day. Had Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins, and
They were together?
yeah,
I did not know that.
Phil Collins was the drummer.
Wow.
Peter Gabriel was the front man.
I love both of them.
Yeah. Yep.
They have some good stuff.
They both had very successful careers.
They did.
Off that.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What was so good about the good old days?
Well, it was a simpler time.
Yeah.
Are we talking pre or post AIDS?
Well, definitely pre-AIDS was awesome.
Yeah.
Post-AIDS, you just got to watch your asshole.
Yeah. You know, that's how the Greeks had to stop. You know.
Yeah.
AIDS.
Yeah. Did the Greeks have AIDS?
I mean, I think they started it, didn't they?
I don't know.
Right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Maybe.
That's,
Maybe.
everybody knows that.
I thought the AIDS started it. I thought Nancy Reagan started AIDS.
Yeah.
I thought monkeys started AIDS.
Roma.
What? I'm just
Racist.
no.
Crack cocaine and monkeys. Those were the two things that wrecked the 80s.
Wow.
They were sharing needles.
Or is that what the government wants you to think, Steve?
No, well, yeah. I
Well,
mean,
just like bats started COVID. No, I think it was probably some kind of government thing that went awry, and they blamed it on monkeys.
True.
Just like they blamed COVID on bats, and then later found out that it was being.
It was Fauci. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The CIA was like, how can we
Fauci.
weaponize ass fucking?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's the sweetest of the temptations. I believe that there was a Canadian, what was he? A Canadian steward.
Oh.
That started AIDS?
Yes.
The patient
He was
zero.
patient zero.
Mm.
Or is that what the government wants you to think?
I don't know. I mean,
I definitely don't trust stewardess.
Or is that CIA plan patient zero?
yeah. I mean, it could be. Look, here's what we know. Canadians ruin everything.
Yeah, well, fair.
So,
God damn you, Lorne Michaels. I should be on SNL already. Stupid Canadian fucker.
Kat says, I swear someone screwed a monkey and that's how we got AIDS. Haha, that's what I remember learning. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like...
I like how there's so many different myths about how AIDS started. Like, oh, it was the Canadian stewardess. No, I heard it was monkeys. No, I heard it was the CIA weaponized these butt fucking.
It's true. It's true.
Wow.
I think that'll
I
be
think
the
they're
line
all
they clip.
probably true.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a stewardess fucked a monkey in the butt, and the CIA was very upset about it, and so...
Facts are very choosable these days.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So, all right, you ready for some questions about this?
The good old days?
Yes. About the good old days and now, because there are
now?
They're you got to compare and contrast, right?
Okay.
because we'll also be asking you some things that you can tell us how it's done now.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be a relic of the past. I don't want to be relegated to hither thereto then.
Yeah.
I want to be on the cutting edge always. Okay. So first thing, how do you listen to music?
With headphones.
Okay. All right. And
Bluetooth headphones.
Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, where do you get this music from?
Apple Music.
Okay, you and your friends? All your Zoomer friends?
It's me. Just me.
Yeah.
So I have YouTube Music and I have earbuds.
Shut up, Boomer.
I'm just
Actually, there's this
I'm
really nice playlist
Gen X.
on. There's this really nice playlist on Apple Music called Rap Life that I listen to sometimes.
LYFE?
No.
Damn.
Regular.
I mean, I would have named it that, and
Yeah.
so that's probably cooler.
The only thing that sucks about it is there's like one podcast episode called the Rap Life Review
Okay.
That comes up.
that comes up every once in a while, and you're like, "Fuck, it's an hour long."
I was just about to bust my rap nut.
In between all these songs that I'm trying to listen to, it sucks.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a
Okay.
good playlist.
Okay. Now, I'm guessing Kanye's Speaking Through the Wires probably on there.
He's probably been on there, yeah.
Pretty new.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's more.
Scoopity boop.
I just think Kanye's kind of like not as popular as he used to be.
Do you think it's racism in the rap community?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that once you reach a certain age, you're not like counterculture enough to make rap music.
Okay.
Like, look at all the old rappers.
Like once you're running for president and supporting Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You start becoming too old to be counterculture enough to be like.
But
yeah.
that is pretty fucking counterculture.
That's true.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Conservatives
is
are the
it?
new
It's not like-
counterculture.
It's not like supporting Reagan. You know, like that would have been
it's
like
more,
like,
it's more
okay, like-
reactionary than counterculture.
you think?
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a specific difference between like reactionaries.
yeah,
and
but if you
counterculture.
think about it, counterculture would be what against the main normal culture.
Mhm.
And if you look at things like corporate media and things like that, you have complete, support
Abidance
in
of-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in like a liberal or leftist agenda.
It's the funny thing is that the non-progressive, which would have been the conservative back in our day, would have been the not cool thing, is counterculture.
Well,
now.
it's rebellious.
yeah.
I don't think so, because like we just had Trump as president, though. Like it's still
But-
pretty mainstream.
Was anyone surprised by the fact that Trump won? I
No.
would say
Lots
a
of
lot of people
people.
were surprised.
I wasn't that surprised.
Well, Google and but you have your
America
finger on
loves
the
a
pulse.
good celebrity.
You have your finger on the pulse.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So don't sell yourself short.
My fingers
You're
on the
special.
pulse of society.
You're special, Eric. You're special. Have you seen your hair? It's great.
I have. Yeah.
It's great.
Thank
Looks
you.
great today.
Thank you.
Okay, well, back in our day,
Before AIDS.
no,
This is post AIDS.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
when we wanted to listen to music, there were a couple options. One of them was the radio.
Yep.
So you could go to the radio and you could turn it on, and then you could wait for a song that was new because they would play like the top 40 kind of throughout over and over again. You had the different radio stations, some being classic rock, which would be like,
At the time, it was like the 70s,
Yeah.
and like 60s and 70s.
And now,
And now classic
Genesis
rock,
and-
yeah, and now
Billy
classic
Joel.
rock goes all the way into like there's even some like alternative 90s
Mhm.
that shows up on it.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
you would actually sit there with your tape deck and you would hit record really quick so that you could record that song.
Mm-hmm.
Onto a
Wow.
cassette
Just
tape.
pirate music straight
Yeah.
from the
Yep.
Mhm.
airwaves.
And then you would you had the dual deck boombox, so you could play and then record direct onto another cassette and make your
Yeah.
sweetheart a mixtape with some
Mhm.
sick.
Ooh, a
songs.
sexy mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. It's just all Boston.
yeah.
More
Boston,
than I
Kansas,
feel it.
Chicago, all the ones named after places. Yeah, and so there was also record stores, Sam Goody.
I've actually
and-
been to the record exchange in Boise.
Yes, and they are probably the last one, and I'm sure they have a lot of like Funko Pop and shit in there now.
Probably,
like,
yeah.
probably very little music.
K-pop records.
BTS, bind 'em, torture 'em,
Yeah.
sing.
I only like Gangnam Style. Psy.
Yeah,
Psy Gangnam.
yep, exactly. Whoop 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 whoop.
Oh, it's just
Yep.
on repeat.
whoop,
It's
whoop,
that
whoop.
one song. I'd hate to be a one-hit wonder. Wouldn't that suck?
I mean, unless it made you a fuck ton of money, I'm all about it.
I guess if it made you a fuck.
Because then the pressure's off. It's like once you've made all this money, and then it's like it doesn't happen again. You're
But
just
then
like, fuck it.
that you peaked. That would suck. You'd be like, it's kind of like remember, Twumba tub thumping. I get knocked down.
Knock it up again.
And then you never hear from again. That's kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
well,
they didn't get back up again.
yeah, but what if you were the kissing the night away? What if you're her? Like, you're not even Chumbawamba. You're just that lady that they hired. You know,
Yeah.
That's true.
that like would come out on. They're like, we can't afford you anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Wow.
we're making like $20,000 a week now. You know, doing high school reunions.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw a
She-
thing.
She gets stuck with the 125 that they paid her.
Yeah, yep.
I saw a thing on Instagram, and apparently this guy, like, you know how they have the jukeboxes that you can do with an app.
Yeah.
You can order music through an app.
Mhm.
And so she went out to the bar with her girlfriends, and for the entire night, he kept buying Chumbawambas.
Hell yeah.
You get knocked down, I get up
Mhm.
again, or whatever.
Mhm.
And then he's texting his wife, and she's like, oh, how, because he was babysitting. She's like, oh, how are the kids or whatever? And he's like, oh, you know, I gave him a bath, and they got down, but they got up again, and like, anyway, so he started
Yeah.
like doing the verses of the
Yeah,
song
yeah,
to her,
yeah.
and she's like, are you fucking doing this?
That's hilarious.
Brilliant.
So from home, he
Mhm.
was babysitting from home while his wife was out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he took over the jukebox.
Yep.
That's like
All right. I
That's
missed
like
that whole part of it.
psychological
Yeah,
maneuvering.
That's
This
awesome.
is like, I don't know if I
Yeah.
support. That's like psychological warfare, isn't it?
Look, all is fair in love and war.
That's okay.
They say that.
Okay.
They say
It just
that.
played over and over and over again the entire night that she was out.
That's amazing that someone can take that over. And
Yeah.
y-
That's like one of
So,
those hacker games.
the reason he's staying home is because they can't afford a babysitter.
I think it was girls' night out.
Roma, don't
Oh.
ruin this for me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, with your
Yeah.
fucking logic.
Yeah.
So he can't afford that, and now he
she
just
goes.
spent
She's out alone
$500.
tonight.
He just spent $500 on a fucking jukebox to play Chumbawamba. How many times? 600 times?
I don't know. A
Jesus
lot.
Christ.
See, you think he did it like legally? I think he just hacked it.
You think? No.
Yeah.
He's a dad.
He
Well,
he's
and the
like one
thing
of those
about-
hacker dads.
The thing about those,
That doesn't exist. Hacker dad?
the thing,
hackers get
hacking
pussy
the baby
too.
monitor?
Hackers get pussy too.
Yeah, but
yeah,
they
MILF pussy.
don't. Yeah, it's true.
Males can have babies.
Once. Now they're
Uh,
old and dried up.
I don't know if that's how it works.
I know that those jukeboxes, if you buy as you buy songs, it starts giving you credits, so you start getting free songs.
Okay.
So he
Oh.
might have been cashing in on those too.
Mm-hmm.
He used all of his frequent flyer points to convert into
Mhm.
credits for the jukebox.
So,
Genius.
yeah, so then you could also go to a music store and buy either a cassette tape or a CD, a compact disc.
Whoa.
And then people did have vinyls, but they
Mhm.
were kind of on their way out when we were growing up.
Yeah.
You know, 90s was kind of not a vinyl
They're-
time.
They're coming back though.
Yeah, they've always been coming back just with the hipsters and stuff. I mean, just it's cool. Good
Yeah.
album art. I remember our parents had a few. One of them was Michael Jackson's Off the Wall
Mhm.
and Thriller.
Yeah, and we also had Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and Yellow Brick Road,
Elton John.
Elton John. I played the
Yeah.
fuck out of those.
Yeah. So that's
Cool.
music, you know, and then
So it was
also you
just-
could play guitar.
It was just harder.
We didn't know any better, you know? It was
Yeah.
always the best thing we ever had.
Stupid primitive.
Kat said,
Babies
"Oh my
do
god!" And you had to be quick to hit the record button for your mixtape.
No, you had to hit the record button and then go, oh, and then turn it off. And then wait again and go, huh? You're like, oh no, it's coming up. It's coming up. I
Yeah.
can feel it. That new Britney Spears or whatever the fuck it was,
Wow.
you know, Metallica or something.
Did you just have like a lot of time on your hands too?
You're a kid.
I mean, well, we weren't
Oh.
Man wasn't.
TikToking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
weren't
yes, we
TikToking.
did. Yeah, but you would sit there and you would wait, or you would just record, and you had to keep in mind there was like extended play and long play and like super extended play, and that would reduce the quality of your recording, but you could record for longer periods of time.
So you could fit more. You could fit more songs on a
Mhm.
tape.
And that was with video and audio.
Wow.
So you were actually like limited by the amount of tape.
So you could get like multiple movies on a tape,
Mhm.
and it would be
Wow.
super shitty quality,
Mhm.
or you could get good quality. And I mean, it's the same thing with like MP3s now. You could change the
Mhm.
quality of it, and
The kilobits per second rate,
Mm.
Yeah.
and all that. But the thing about it with recording VHS tapes is you would snap a little tab off of them, and then no one could record over it for you.
Mhm.
Oh,
So like if you made
it's like a
sex
safety
tape,
for a gun.
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
except you broke it off.
Yeah.
hmm
But the thing is too is that when you had a tape, the more times you recorded over it, the more downgraded
The
the
worse it got,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
until it
Mhm.
eventually broke. And then you used to walk through the
Yeah.
streets, and sometimes you would find the like little spool
Ribbon.
and the ribbon just like
Yeah.
strewn.
Actually,
you
when
could even tape it and fix it
when
if you
I was
wanted.
a young child, and I still remember this,
Mhm.
I got into the tapes and I destroyed our Flubber tape.
Flubber
Yeah.
with
Oh, no.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, and I destroyed it. Sad. I didn't
Son
know
of a
any
bitch.
better. I was young.
Roma hit a drop. I don't know what one fits with
Yeah.
Flubber, but
Get the
How
police.
dare you?
how dare you do that? Flubber is a national treasure.
It is. It's a pretty good movie. I like it.
You have offended me.
I'm offended.
It's the first time I had feelings for a robot.
Really?
Yeah. Flubber.
mine was Short Circuit, Johnny Five Alive.
That's true.
I cried during that movie.
Yeah.
And-
Los Lotos kick your teeth. Los Locos.
In Flubber, that robot, she's like in love with Robin Williams. Robin Williams in love with a stupid human bitch.
Yeah, but Flubber became the fleshlight, so everyone loved him.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah. So that was nice. Do you think they used any CGI in that movie?
What else was it? I don't know. How
I
did
don't know.
they make
Flubber? Flubber's a
that?
good
I don't
actor.
think they made a Flubber.
It's true.
I love Flubber's star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Does he have one?
Yeah, but he ran for office, and then they broke it out with
Wow.
sledgehammers and pickaxes.
Yeah. No,
Um,
actually, I heard he leveraged his position in the studio to make women suck him off, and they
Wow.
got caught for it.
Flubber got me too'd.
Yeah,
Well,
Flubber
be
got me
good.
sued. Be good.
So, Eric, what do the cool kids wear nowadays?
Clothes.
Okay.
I don't really know because I'm not that cool. I mean, like I'm just wearing a hoodie
Mm-hmm.
and jeans. So
A short sleeve hoodie.
yeah, and jeans.
Okay.
Now a
short
little bit
sleeve.
of drip.
Yeah, I do see you dripping.
Dripping.
What brands? So I know Champion is one that's come along.
I got this at Walmart. So
Look, we're not. Do you know what we're doing here, Eric?
I
Jesus
just,
Christ.
I think
Are you being combative?
I think young people
On my show?
are on more of a budget than you think they are.
Okay. They're on a budget, you
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And so Yeezys are probably not the thing they're buying.
Yeah. I can't even afford Yeezys.
You
Jesus
can't?
Christ, no.
With your drip?
No, I work.
I mean,
I work Converse.
Not unless
All right.
you're an influencer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
Or
now
one of
you
those
like to influence
sneakerhead-
children, Eric.
I do. I used to work at my church with children,
Okay.
and
And
I'd
then
influence their minds.
they stopped you.
I'd be like, Jesus hates you when you sin. Jesus hates you when you sin. No.
Okay. And women are Jesus
No.
if they had genitals, external genitals, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want
That's
them
not how I
dripping.
influence children.
Okay. Well,
You're
don't.
putting like a sexual spin on
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Jesus.
it. Oh.
Eric, you're being combative. Okay?
Am I?
You're panicking.
Kat says, dude, the fact that Champion is cool now, I wouldn't be caught dead in that in school.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't know it got cool.
it is cool.
I didn't know it was ever uncool.
Oh, it was
I-
uncool. It was a cheap brand.
Yeah. it
I'm
was like-
unbiased on clothes. Really, I think that's kind of like
okay.
2000 and late, like clothes. Really.
Okay.
In my head, and I feel like most people.
I never liked wearing like things that had, at least in my later life, that had like logos, big logos on it. And if it's
Mhm.
got like a
Like
little
Noma?
crocodile or whatever. This is a place that I went to.
Mhm.
But like if it said like Nike, I'm like, you should be paying me because I'm advertising for
That's
you.
true.
Mhm.
I feel that same way, and as I get older, I like shirts with less graphics on them. But I do like some shirts that have like I have a Top Gun shirt that I
Okay.
like to wear sometimes. So
And is that for the movie Top Gun?
yeah,
Okay.
the one from the good old days.
Okay. The Tom Cruise windmill high five Top
Yeah,
Gun.
with
Okay.
Goose and Jester and
It's true.
Iceman.
Maverick, yeah.
Yeah.
Jester, good pull, yeah. Now, back in my day, okay, I grew up in a black neighborhood, and so
Oh, really?
Tommy Hilfiger,
What's your street name?
Fila.
yeah, mine was Chewy Ramon.
Fila?
Mm-hmm.
What are you feeling?
No. She's talking about Fila the brand.
Oh.
Those were the Puerto Ricans loved Fila and Paco.
And the
Oh.
blacks did
jeans.
too.
Not as much the Fila, but
Mm,
Roma, look, we all have our own experience, okay? But I'm correct.
Timberlands.
Tim's. Oh yeah. Yes.
So, do you have street cred?
I mean, I had some, not a lot. Actually, I had a lot more street cred when I dyed my hair green and started wearing wallet chains, like when I went to my first punk.
Oh, you were counterculture.
Well, so in 9th grade, I went to my first punk concert, and I was like, look at all these crazy white people. And I was wearing Union Bay and a braided belt, and, the long braided belt.
Wow.
And I can't remember what the jeans were that I was wearing, but they were, WN wordy.
Yeah.
And so I went into a Wawa that was in this town called Absecon, which was a whiter area. And the guy at Wawa said, "Stay black."
Is that what he said to you?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
hilarious.
was
Wow.
like, "Oh, okay." And
So you do have street. I think that's an inward pass.
I guess.
Say it right now, live on it. Show it off.
No. See? No, I mean, I dressed the part because I wanted to be like, the people around me. I
Your
wanted to be
peers.
accepted. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was never like claiming to be like something that I wasn't,
Yeah.
Well,
obviously.
yeah,
I
that was
don't-
the culture that you were in.
Did
Yeah.
you have a street name?
I had a few. Yeah. Chewy was one. Ramon was one.
Ramon.
I still have, Mom and Dad still have a backpack that says Ramon with a swoosh drawn on the back of it.
Which is funny because
Ramon.
that would,
Mhm.
because, the Ramones was a punk thing.
Yeah, it was from, I had a half Dominican, half Puerto Rican best friend, and his cousin whom he lived with, cousin, aunt, uncle, 3 cousins, and their grandfather, and their pit bull Jaime.
Jamie.
Yeah, Jaime was very mad all the time.
Jewish.
No, she was gangster. She was like eat you pit bull, just tied up
That's
and
awesome.
like always trying to get to us. Or
That's
like we're playing
awesome.
basketball.
See, they're bred to fight.
Yeah, they're killer. Yeah.
Legalize dogfighting.
Not fixed either, so she'd be bleeding all over the place,
Legalize dogfighting.
horny and angry.
No, just-
And I think his cousin was asking me what my name was, and so my best friend, oh, it's Ramon. And so then that just stuck for some reason, and Chewy was another one, and I can't remember where that one came from.
That's badass. Can you give me a street name?
I think you'd be,
Casper, because I'm so pasty white.
I mean, it can't be that on the nose,
Oh.
because like Chewy's not on the nose. Like some kids were named like Peanut, and like
Oh.
Because they're allergic.
I don't think that.
I guess I could be called. Could
But
my
that is
street
funny.
name be Boner?
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
The Bonester.
I don't think that's got a lot of street cred. No, there's like a kid would be named Knuckles or something, or
Oh, that's
and,
a cool one.
yeah.
Why does he get that name?
well, and then there was one named Emery.
I don't know
I
what
think
that
he was
means.
gay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm what am I? Roma 2 bagels.
Yeah. RTB.
2 bagels.
Daniel's got a good one there. Daniel says your nickname is Drippy Boner.
I like it.
Yeah.
Drippy Boner.
Because he's
What's
got
up?
drip and his
Yeah.
name's Boner.
But
yeah.
you'd call him D-Bone or something
What's
like
up?
that. You
It's
know?
Drippy Boner on the mic.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa.
What's up?
Drippy Boner on the mic coming at ya. You already know who it is.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Dude, I can't wait for this rap battle. It's going to be great.
I already have my rap name. My
Yeah.
rap is name.
I
Drippy
think you should
Boner.
go with, yeah. Because then you could go like Debo, Bone Dog, you know.
No, Drippy Boner. It's a
No.
full name. Drippy
No.
Boner.
No. So like Method Man, he had, you know,
Is that short for Methodical Man?
I mean, methodology, yeah.
Oh.
So Method Man, he would be, let's see, Mr. Meth. He would be Tikal. He'd be Hot Nick.
Isn't Method Man already a nickname, like a street name?
Well, that's his name. What am I going to tell him what his name is?
Oh, is his real name Method?
Yeah. And
That's
his last name
crazy.
is Man. MANN.
I can't believe this. This
Yeah.
is too wild
Yeah.
to believe.
Let's see. So yeah, Hot
Wow.
Nick,
My worldview is shattered. Maybe I'm racist.
Iron Lung.
Why did I just assume that was his like rap name?
Look, I don't know, dude.
Do I have
can't tell
inherent
you.
biases? Oh, no.
I think you do. I think you need to check. I think you need to check your privilege. Yeah, maybe we should call you Little Priv.
Little Priv.
Yeah. So you have to have multiple names to call yourself.
Okay.
Like my podcasting names, okay? I'm Dick Drapery. I'm Vic the Vapist. I'm let's see, John Bidet Ramsey. I'm Stevie Sandwich Hands.
Oh,
I'm
sounds good.
Stevie Youngballs. No, Stevie Highballs.
Yeah, high balls.
Stevie Highball.
Yeah, I got young balls. Hang high. You know, like when it gets hot, it's hot, but
Yeah.
everybody's got that.
Somebody was telling me that having like high tight balls actually reduces your sperm count because
Oh.
it gets too hot.
I think it can, yeah.
My balls are low and cool then.
Yeah,
Mm.
but
For sure.
you're gonna you're gonna pull down your pants. She's gonna be like, how old is this guy? Is he 50? You know,
Well,
you don't want it to look sloppy down there. You want it to
True,
look nice and
true.
and
I
tight
might
and
have to get
clean.
a ball lift later in life.
I would recommend
I
it.
was gonna say, I think it's one of those things you can't really help.
Roma,
You can get some surgery on your ball sack for
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
you
I
can get
d-
a whole new penis if you want. I think.
yeah, or
If they
one
can
that
give
doesn't
if they
belong
can
to
give a
you.
woman a penis, they can give a man a new one.
Yeah.
Probably.
Exactly.
Probably.
You mean give a man a penis?
Yeah. Yeah.
Women are men too.
Yeah. Well, they give them a penis.
Yes,
Give them a
exactly.
penis. Yeah.
It's easy to think about. you
Gender
guys.
neutral.
I don't see what's so confusing.
I'm trying to keep my fan club happy.
Yep. Exactly. Okay, so we had Tommy Hilfiger, Fila, Ralph Lauren, Polo, Nautica, kind of all the big
Nike,
ones.
Reebok.
Oh yeah, definitely Nike, Reebok. The things you wouldn't wear were like Champion. That was you get laughed out of the fucking school.
Right.
Jordans were a huge thing.
Just dunking on champion.
Yeah, Jordans were a huge thing. Tim's.
I've always wanted a pair of kangaroos.
Air Force Ones, kangaroos.
Yeah, they had like pouches on the side.
I don't.
Little zipper pouches. Have you ever seen kangaroos?
Is that shoes or
Yeah, shoes.
I don't know.
No.
What brand are they?
Kangaroos.
The brand is kangaroos.
Yeah, bring up
Okay.
kangaroo shoes.
Kangaroo shoe.
Kangaroo shoe.
Well, back in our day, there was Carl Kanai's. They were wallabies, or sorry, Clark's wallabies. Carl Kanai was something, and then there was the triple fat goose. The
triple fat goose.
yeah, it was the puffy goose down jacket.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would get a lot of like Columbia was okay. I had a Columbia jacket back in the day. Wasn't like a super nice one, but anything really kind of name brand that you could get at the mall was considered good. Another thing was the urban camouflage, the white and black
Yeah.
camouflage.
Were you programmed to want these things by the
Yes.
companies?
Not the companies.
Advertising.
Not the companies, because there wasn't as much as prevalent of advertising back then.
Oh, see, not the ones that are like bouncy, but like the actual shoes. The, like,
Yeah, I
30
recognize
cents
that.
off. Yeah,
Mhm.
kangaroos. They have little pouches on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Those are sick. I wish I could get a
They have-
pair.
Those
They
are
have
pretty
pou-
cool. I like those.
Yeah.
I don't really like the high top as much. Go over a few, Roba. Dix.
That
I
one
think
looked
it's the
like a-
Dix wood.
That one looks like it has a pocket.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of like that.
See, look, there's
Yeah.
like a zipper.
There we go. Yeah, I like it.
They don't make them anymore though.
Oh, they don't?
I don't think they do.
I missed out on those.
I don't know. Can we buy these? Are these?
Yeah, I saw
We
some
can
for
buy
sale,
some
but
of
they might
these?
be aftermarket.
Yeah, probably get them from China.
Like $77. That's an expensive shoe.
Yeah,
I I mean, is it though?
On
Not
List,
really.
I do not trust List. Sorry, List with a Y.
You could probably
I
get
do
them
not
from
trust
China. You probably get them from China, and they'd
True.
probably just be a total ripoff.
It'd probably be not too expensive to start your own sweatshop in China just to make a shoe for you.
It's true. Yeah, I think that's what Kanye did.
Yeah. Buy your own sweatshop.
Yeah, and that's when this is when the pumps came out. The little, the Reeboks with the little pump.
Oh,
ball on them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Did that like airflow system thing?
It was like there was a little psst, and like the first time you saw somebody with those, you're like, what the
Wow.
fuck, dude? Like, what is this? Back to the Future? I had like the first time someone would let you pump their shoe, like that.
Yeah.
That meant you had some street cred.
Did you guys have Heelys, or was that
No,
like
that was a little bit after us.
Yeah.
And that was a white thing too. So
oh, true.
like there was the Razor scooters and rollerblades and things, but I rollerbladed because I watched the Mighty Ducks, and so I wanted to play street like hockey.
Yeah.
But I was me and Romo were the only ones that played hockey. So
Oh.
like she'd be goalie and I would just dunk on her. But it's just kind of funny because it's like
Yeah.
we didn't know anybody that played hockey. Just like with podcasting.
I actually had Heelys.
Yeah.
I had a pair of Heelys, but I never put the wheels in because I'm notoriously clumsy
Okay.
and I was too afraid. So I just had Heelys for the street cred, but never actually learned how to use them.
That's funny. I always kind of wanted a pair,
Yeah.
but it's hard. Like it's hard to find them in adult sizes.
Yeah, that's fair. Go to like the men's or the boys' sizes.
Yeah. Yeah, Roma, you got small enough feet. I think you could probably fit a young man's. Maybe.
I mean, I wear my mid range is a 9, but I probably wear more of like a 9.5.
Okay. I mean, Roma's dating a younger guy, so maybe
There you
he's
go.
got some Heelys you could borrow.
I don't think he does.
If you don't ask, Roma, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Sorry,
His
babe. The
feet-
Heelys stay on during sex.
Okay. So
I
this
feel like
one's-
that's something he would say.
This one is a question for you. Now,
Okay.
911 did not exist in all areas back in the old days.
Wow.
So,
Crime just happened.
well, I
They
mean,
just let it happen.
there
There's
was
a bucket.
police and there was firefighters, but how did you know who to call when something went wrong in
The
your
operator,
house?
didn't you?
Right, Roma?
I'm sorry.
Let's-
I'm sorry.
Okay, so that answer's out now. What's the next answer?
I don't specifically remember who told me about 911.
Okay. No,
But
this
I
wasn't
kn-
911. There was no
oh.
911.
Well,
I'm just
I've
asking.
always known of a 911
Okay.
as long
And
as
I'm-
I've been alive.
And that's not the point of this, is whether or not you knew it. I'm just asking you how you would know if you got stuck back in time. So let's say you're teleported right now into a house that is now on fire, and there's no 911, and you can't call the operator because you used to just be able to dial 0 and
Yeah.
get to an operator.
Okay.
Any ideas?
I guess I'm just fucked. I
Okay.
guess I'm just gonna burn to death.
Okay.
Stuck in the
Now,
house.
There
No
was
one to call.
there was a kind of a community thing, and it was community by community, and they would give a magnet that would go on your refrigerator that would have your
Emergency numbers.
340 blah 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 blah.
Wow.
So you'd have like your local police, your local fire,
Wow,
yeah.
that's crazy.
ambulance.
Imagine how many people died because they just couldn't
They couldn't get to their magnet.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because
Wow.
the fridge was on fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's true.
Wow. I'm so glad we have 911 now.
Yeah, yeah. I even checked Barrow, Alaska. The northernmost point from that 30 Days of Night
Mhm.
movie, that Josh Hartnett vehicle.
Yeah.
And even they have
911.
911, but I think it's just connected to like hours and hours and hours away. So basically, somebody will get there someday. But yeah, you do get to a dispatch. So
Cool.
pretty cool that we have that now. And I think a lot in part to
Or is it? 'Cause
Rescue
that's
911.
socialism.
well, sort of. But it's paid for. It's taxpayer,
America.
I guess.
America.
But There are places that require you to pay for fire services. Did you know that? That like a
I
fire,
actually did know that.
yeah, that the fire company will show up and be like,
That was actually
$50, and then they'll actually fight your fire.
that
if
was
you
actually
don't
a
pay.
big thing in ancient Rome. I don't know
Okay,
if you knew.
let's just get off the orgies.
It's not about the order. That just like
You know,
happened
the
in
fire-
ancient Rome.
Back in the day, they had a 300-man team, all of them in love with the other ones.
Well, no. What would happen is he would like let the houses burn down. Then you would pay for the service to like put the fire out.
Yeah.
And then they'd like buy your house now that's depreciated in value,
Okay.
or they just let it burn and then buy the lot afterwards, and that's
Wow.
how you got rich in ancient Rome.
That's what they did with New York City
Yeah,
when COVID hit.
yeah. Gentrification's been around since forever.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So did you know? There's a couple of things.
Mhm.
So you know when you see the blue reflectors in the middle of the road, and this
Okay.
might be a local thing,
Mhm.
that represents that there's a fire hydrant there.
I did know that actually.
Did not
I
know
just
that.
found that out a few months ago.
Hmm.
And then did you also know that if a house has previously been on fire, firefighters will not go into it if it catches fire again because it has structural damage and it's more likely to collapse.
Oh wow. So
Hmm.
anyone that wasn't the first person to live in their home is probably fucked.
Interesting. I mean, I
Mhm.
guess it makes sense. There has to have been a few unfortunate,
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
like, I think that's a general rule. I think that if you do go into it, you will be reprimanded. But in
as
a
a
general,
firefighter or as a
as a
civilian?
firefighter,
Okay.
and so they're told, do not go into a house that has previously been.
hmm
There's
On
probably like
fire.
a cool firefighter though that doesn't play by the rules.
I'm
like,
sure.
hmm
I'll go in for dogs.
Yeah.
Save the good doggos.
Yeah. That's right. Leave the kids.
Yeah.
Take the dogs.
I only care about the dogs. I don't play by the rules.
Yeah. It's true. Okay. Now, in the old days, there was this thing that was called not a cell phone.
Oh.
And so if you needed to make a phone call, where would you find a payphone
Gas
in
station.
the old world? I'd say outside
Definitely
a
a
gas
su-
station.
100%.
Subway station. We don't have subways here, but
Sometimes you'd even
imagine.
find them on street corners.
bus
Mhm.
station.
Mhm.
Probably a bank.
Mm-hmm.
I think most buildings, bars, that type of thing,
Mhm.
most buildings probably had, at least like public buildings had a
Yeah, payphones
Yeah.
in them.
Payphone, yeah.
There was airports, had a ton of them, like a slew of them, because
Mhm.
you'd get off your flight and then
Yeah.
everybody would have to go fucking call somebody. So there was just like,
a
I
line
wish
of
we
them.
still had the full box.
and that was a
Because what does Superman change in now?
a phone booth.
Alleyways?
And so phone booths were like kind of a special thing that you would find.
You'd probably have them in places that had more weather.
And
Yeah,
they were
true.
outdoors, and then they had a
Collapsible, like sliding door
yep,
Yeah.
and then the yellow pages
Yellow
in there
pages.
Mm-hmm.
that hung by a cord.
Mhm.
Wow.
And people would go in and they would just smash the phone,
Yeah.
so it would just be broken. And yeah,
And you always check for quarters.
People
Mhm.
always wonder why there were so many like serial killers in the 80s. It's like, well, because you had a book listing where everyone lived.
Yeah.
It's true. By their name, many chins as a Chinese phone book.
Like that's a big security. Why would you do that?
I mean, technically they still do, but everybody has cell phones now, so it's not.
Yeah.
You can't just like list somebody's phone
It's
number.
not so much a physical location,
Right.
As yeah. Well, yeah, and I think back in the old days they were, I don't know, just more trusting, I guess.
Mhm.
More.
I mean, people didn't even lock their doors.
Mhm.
They didn't lock their cars.
Yeah.
But
and
if
then you get Zodiac murdered.
It's true.
hmm
Well, the Zodiac came to you.
That's true.
That was more the what was it? The Strangler, the
Boston
Hill
Strangler?
Night Stalker.
Night Stalker. Yeah, Richard Ramirez. He'd climb in your house.
Yeah.
BTK. They the funny thing is like, yeah, okay, so your name's in this book with a an address and a phone number, but with like social media and all that shit, like you're giving up way more information about who you are and what
True.
you're doing.
That's true.
And I mean,
What you look like and your kids
yeah,
and your house
yes.
and your dog.
That's
and,
true. Because like if the Terminator happened like now,
Mhm.
probably just download into the internet to find you wouldn't have to like go, oh,
Yeah.
there's 3 Sarah Connors in this
Yeah.
phone book. And then Sarah Connor would be
I mean,
dead
how many
and
Sarah
he'd way
Connors are there on
faster.
Facebook?
Probably a lot, but
Mhm.
he'd probably just find the one that looked like her. Whereas there's
Yeah.
no pictures in a phone book.
Yeah, reverse image search,
Yeah.
credit card transactions, fucking. I mean, she was good at getting off the grid. So she's
Not in the
smart.
first one.
Well, no, well, she was in
Reese
a
had to
nightclub.
show her.
Yeah, she was
Reese
in a
had to show-
nightclub.
Yeah, but see, like, I'd be fucked if a Terminator came to get me because my address is probably somewhere easy to find.
Yeah. Well, and the nightclub was right next to a metal foundry. It's like, how do you listen to music
Yeah.
when you got all that going on?
True.
It's just metal music,
I guess.
industrial metal music.
Yeah, that's it. That's very good, Roma. I'd hit a drop for you.
Do it. Hit that drop.
Yeah, Roma, hit a drop.
Is it? Are they on here?
Mm-hmm. I think they're the top ones. Oh, I think it's the retarded one. It's the opposite of that one. So you see that green button, Roma? If the you might have to hit the green one.
So I'm on red now.
Okay, so hit the retarded one. The top square or bottom right of the 8.
Oh.
Roma Romerica Rifkin.
Worth
That's
it.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you stick around, you'll get your own theme song.
That's right, Eric.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I think Eric's about earned it.
Yeah, it's about there.
Okay. Now, Eric, there's this thing called DoorDash and Uber Eats.
Yes, I use them.
Okay. Well, how did people get food before DoorDash and Uber Eats?
Well, I've seen the movie, The Founder. So
Okay.
I know that people used to go to like drive-ins,
Mm-hmm.
but then
Guy Fieri
McDonald's
ruined that.
revolutionized the system. We have drive-throughs now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think people just went through drive-throughs, didn't they?
Pretty much. A lot of dine-in. We also had smoking sections and non-smoking. There was no
Cool.
partition between, mind you.
Yeah.
So they were.
Because we used to not be pussies.
That's right. Exactly. And our waitresses used to be grizzled.
That's back when doctors were like, "Are you smoking your pack a day? That's why you're not feeling good."
Exactly. You've got to double that.
Here's your codeine and
Switch to menthol.
opium.
Yeah,
Um,
Valium.
yeah, and back in those days, actually, there wasn't all the corn syrup and wasn't all the hydrogenated soybean oil and all of that. So like people say like McDonald's French fries are awesome, and I say no, they're not.
Yeah,
Not compared to what they used to be.
Not at all.
Yeah.
They
They used to fry them in lard.
It was yeah.
Well, they used to supersize stuff. Then we all became pussies. With
That's true.
size control.
Yep, size
Stupid.
queens.
Let me choose what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that was really the heyday because like one of the things that I loved the most was, KFC had
Yeah.
the best, chicken because, how they fried it, whatever they
'Cause
fried it in.
They have the 13 herbs and spices or 12
true.
herbs and spices.
11, I don't know, something.
I really like their mashed potatoes.
The secret recipes.
Yeah, the mashed potatoes were really good. The gravy was really good.
Mhm.
But one of the best things there was the steak fries that were fried in the chicken grease.
Oh.
So they fried these fat steak fries. Now they just have regular fries and they stink because their chicken also stinks. So,
Did you know that steak fingers were invented here in Idaho?
really, like
I think I've heard that before.
okay,
They were invented at the Torch too.
a strip
Oh.
club.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
that's on That's a Wikipedia fact.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, you can look that up.
Interesting. Next question.
It's just
How did you
sorry,
find out
frying
information
things.
prior to Wikipedia or the internet? Let's say
Probably an outdated encyclopedia set.
that's what we had. Yes, we had a couple of those.
We had one. I remember we had one from like 1977, and then we ended up upgrading. And I think that was like Britannica.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
Yeah.
ended up upgrading to a cheap set. And, somebody came around, literally sold them door to door. And we had another set that was from 1990, I think.
And you would just open it up and just read a blurb about anything.
Stegosaurus or
Wow.
Yeah.
fruit bats or tsunamis or whatever.
Like
Fungi.
Google.
Basically.
Wikipedia.
Yeah. And I actually used to take those on the toilet and read those. Just
why
Is
you're
that
so
why
smart.
you're so smart? That
well,
makes sense.
obviously you start to retain some stuff.
I mean, he's a smart ass for sure.
Yeah,
It's from all that poop reading.
I get it. Don't hit a drop, Roma.
Hit a drop. Hit a drop.
So yeah.
How was communist Russia?
The other thing, well, I do remember the wall coming down.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
There was
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
There we go.
So there was also the library. So you would go to the library and I remember doing
Wow.
reports and having to go to the public library, not just the school library,
Mhm.
but the public library, and then ask the librarian hey, is there a thing about this thing?
Mhm.
And that's what librarians had to know. Not only the Dewey Decimal System,
Yeah.
but oh, there's this author that would know this, they would write about this.
Yeah.
And
I had a library card when I was younger.
Okay.
I went to the library. So I'm familiar with how libraries operate.
all right.
The Dewey Decimal System was legit, though.
Yeah.
You had to freaking, look it up, and it had a number, and, it
The
was...
card catalog.
I still had to
Mhm.
learn the Dewey Decimal System. I was still in the grade where we had to learn cursive for no reason. and
Really?
Dewey Decimal System for no reason.
See, that's great. Yeah. I guess I just assumed you didn't.
No, I did.
Hmm.
They haven't changed the school system. It's still the same old shit.
Mm-hmm.
For no
Probably.
reason.
I mean, except for the transgender bathrooms. but-
except probably the only difference is I had
The kitty litter bathrooms.
typing. I had typing, how when you're in elementary school you had PE
Mhm.
and library time.
Mhm.
We also had a typing time where we
In-
learned to type.
In high school,
So-
we got a typing class.
Yeah, I had a typing class, and I failed both of them.
Really?
Wow.
And I still can't type
hmm
without looking.
Okay. How did you acquire goods prior to Amazon?
Chains or I bet there was more mom and pop shops back in the day,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
it was probably becoming controlled by chains like Kmart, Shopko.
They also had, the Swanson truck. They used to come around and sell you, ice cream, meats,
Wow.
yeah. It was basically Uber Eats, except for it was, a freezer, and they would,
Mhm.
sell you stuff out of it.
Well, and there was there was always Kmart's and chains and stuff like that, but they all kind of Kmart was one of the ones that you could kind of get a bunch of diverse things in because Walmart really wasn't a thing when
Mm-mm.
we were a kid.
Yeah.
It was ghetto Walmart.
That came around in high school times. But yeah, where you could kind of get some food and some gardening stuff and some clothes and
They didn't really have superstores like they do now.
No, not at
Yeah.
all.
There was more department stores and
Correct.
clothing stores and
Yeah, the mall.
You'd have
Yeah.
Macy's, but Macy's, I mean, and I
Sears had everything.
guess Sears did,
And
yeah.
the Sears catalog literally had everything.
Mhm.
yeah. Now we're Sears, losing stock
Mhm.
every day.
Well, because of
Failing
Amazon.
company.
hmm
I know Amazon has too much power.
But you used to get catalogs that would come out, and that was really exciting because you sit there and flip through the catalog. And I mean, it basically was like scrolling Amazon, except
Yeah.
for you had to go
Mhm.
department
Do you
by
think
department.
we've gone too far with Amazon?
No, I'm
Are things
obsessed with
becoming
Amazon.
too convenient?
Yes,
Are we becoming closer and closer to being the people from Wall-E and our fat chairs?
absolutely.
Well, and I think I think you can't stop progress, and you can't stop progress that is actually better.
Is that
Um,
progress though?
Well, I think as far as us not having to rely on, traveling and doing all these things, yes, does
Yeah.
that limit us to eventually not needing certain things that we enjoy and going
Yeah.
I mean going outside even. I ordered houseplants on
Yeah.
Amazon. I'm like, I don't even need to go outside to see a plant anymore.
Hmm.
I can just
Yeah.
order one.
I don't know. I guess since I'm a Thanos believer, Thanos did nothing wrong.
Mhm.
Resources are finite.
Mhm.
I'm just
True.
like,
But the
Where does it
logistical
end?
distribution of resources is what Amazon does.
I know, but it's a big problem I've noticed with a lot of companies. how do you just increase profits forever?
Mhm.
Right.
Like the only thing that grows forever is
Who are you,
cancer.
Greta Thunberg?
No, I was just like, the only thing that grows forever is like cancer, and that's bad. Like infinite growth is not good.
Mhm.
So when do you call it like, oh, we've profited enough, we made enough money? Like, is there ever going to be a, you know,
Yeah.
Sure.
It's,
stuff to
Communist.
think about?
Jew communist.
Two communists? Is that what that says?
Yeah,
Jewel communists?
are Jew communists?
I kill a communist for fun.
Well, so I don't think that it is trying to give, I don't think it is a logistical company that is getting products that other people produce. And of course they produce, like they have their Amazon Basics and all
Yeah.
those things. But really they're just organizing the warehouse, the shipping, the delivery, the, accounts,
Yeah.
paid and all that stuff. So that that's where Amazon shines, is that sort of organization and
Yeah.
moving of products.
Is it worth it though, societally?
I'd say yes.
Is
because
is it worth what we're doing to those Amazon workers having to pee in those bottles?
well, that is a choice to work in that environment for that amount of money. Now,
I mean, I guess, but like some people are like desperate and have to.
True.
And it doesn't help that Amazon's like has anti-union efforts where they're like putting up posters in the bathroom where you're shitting. It's like union bad. That's basically what it says.
well, unions are not great because
They weren't back in the day. Teamsters, Jimmy Hoffa, shout outs.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that unions are effective when the workers are being, or when there is truly a problem. But the problem is that unions are not finite, and that they continue to gain power, and
Yeah.
that they're paid,
I mean, it's basically
people-
like the mafia.
basically, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
protection racket, and just going,
Well,
we
I
have the
mean-
power to not work, and we're
guess my-
forcing people into our thing to pay us to give them protection.
I guess
you
my
know?
problem is that we like decided as a society that we're like, democracy's the way to go, right? Now spend most of your time at this job that's run like an autocracy. Like-
Yeah, but that is
I just think
that's-
workers should have more say in how their company is run.
I don't think so, because
so.
the workers, I guess what you would say is that the workers, a Marxist would say that the workers are owed what the company produces, like what they give to the company is the same as what the owner of the company gives, which is not true, because the owner of the company is the one that took all the risk to make that
Yeah.
company what it is, and they did not. Unfortunately, life isn't fair
Yeah.
that way. But if you
I
make
still
yourself
think
more
that- I
valuable,
still think that people should have a say in their workplace, though. Like just having like, because like the way that it's all like commodified now, it's
Mm.
like so impersonal, and like we have rules regulate. Like, have you ever
Mm-hmm.
like gotten a minimum wage job in like the 2000s, like
Yeah.
past 2000? Like it sucks because you go into like training and it's all like codified like process, and it's just like a machine,
yeah.
and it's just very impersonal.
I
I guess
getcha.
I'm more of a traditionalist,
Yeah.
where I want to like know my coworkers,
Yeah.
have a good time at work, and be
And I-
fulfilled by my work.
And I think that's where, the choice of having another job is the great, the thing that divides that, because that's the problem with something like Marxism and communism, is that then the government controls your job, not the workers.
Not private industry or
Yeah, because they say, oh, well, no, when it's all communists, the communist, like we're a community, and so we all say where everything goes. Well, unfortunately, there's no
there's no choice anymore.
Yeah,
and
It's all the same.
it never gets handed over to the
Yeah.
people. It's always corrupt, because there's always
Well,
corruption.
I
there's
just
always
think
power
that-
dynamics.
I just think that the little guy needs a say, because it's
Mhm.
like, well, the 1% owns like 82% of the wealth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that really do we really want 1% of people controlling 80% of the country's wealth? Is that
It's
viable? Is that like a good
But if you look
idea?
at people like Jeff Bezos, and if you look at people like Elon Musk, thank God those guys have the money because they're actually
don't
doing
know.
something with it. You know,
I don't know.
that's what I say. Like, is you don't want.
I don't know. Jeff Bezos just used it to work out more.
But
Now
there's
he's, like,
always-
hunky.
Well, but
Human
there's
growth hormone.
there's always
And
going
then
to
he
be
divorced his wife.
there's always going to be
Bill Gates.
a top dog. There's always going to be somebody in control. So whether it's
Mhm.
the government or whether it's your boss or
That's true.
CEO or whatever, there's always going to be somebody that's giving out
Mhm.
orders. And so like communism doesn't work because now it's just a state thing and they can threaten you with like jail and like you can't just quit your job. I mean, you can quit
Yeah.
your job and go to another government agency,
Mhm.
but you know, ultimately like you become a slave to
Mhm.
their machine.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about that is that you don't have the ability to get above, you know, because you're always going to have those people that are lazy, that don't want to participate, and then you are taking up for them because
Listen,
you're in the fields.
I'm no communist. I'm just
Yeah.
saying I recognize, like, these are fundamental problems that I recognize.
I mean,
Sure.
it's not perfect and it's never going to be perfect,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I'm
So you got
just
to pick the
saying-
lesser of two
I'm
evils.
just saying traditionally, like, if you look back at history, because I very much am a student of history,
Mhm.
when wealth inequality gets bad like that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
a revolution happens and heads roll.
Yes,
So
the
rich
French
people just might
Revolution.
want to think things through a little bit.
Yeah.
Be like, is this worth my life?
But you placate them with Amazon.
That's
the answer.
Except if
Yeah,
I was
and
a rich
Netflix.
person, I'd
Exactly.
already
And
have an
Netflix.
island with like a private militia
There you go.
to
Exactly.
protect me.
And you
So-
get to have that.
You guys, I got to cut it off. It's the end of the show.
All
Like,
right.
we're
Oh,
already
no.
way over.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Please check out our Sensible Sociopath Podcast.com. We have our shop with our Charlie Cat mugs, and you got your sweatshirts, your t-shirts, socks, send socks. And we do have some more stuff coming up. We're trying to work on some logos and things so that we can bring out some other merch. And yeah, so keep checking back with us. Check us out on Instagram at the Sensible Sociopath Podcast, and subscribe to us on all audio podcasting platforms. We'll be back next week.
Internet, find me.
Yeah. Oh, and find Eric Doan on the
Find me
internet.
on the-
He's
on
in the yellow
internet.
pages.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't think I am.
Take care, everyone. We love you all.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Best podcast in the world.
The world would not be the same.
I like it.
No wonder my anxiety's so high.
Few people laughed. Few people cried.
Oh, what's in the box?
Most people were silent.
And that was it.
Now I am become death,
Sounds like a bad time.
the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, so this doesn't seem like a great idea to me.
I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
You didn't tell me any of that. That's crazy.
Well, Rama, when you're a hero, you don't tell everyone until you're on your podcast.
I'm about to hear some shit.
We all need to laugh.
I think just sitting down and, listening to...
The Sensible Sociopath. This is the shit you're supposed to be watching.
Gen X is gonna love it. Millennials are gonna be like, I'm offended.
You have offended me.
Also, my dog has a giant dick.
Oh my god, that's enormous.
I love it.
It's still a racist dog whistle.
Where you kind of have like a rotating cast of characters.
We're talking baby seals, eagles, wolves.
I'm just glad we're not going to have to eat with racism anymore.
It's worse than the butthole.
We're technically considered propaganda.
It is very contagious.
I think we really need to talk about environmentalism.
Like, are they studying pine cones?
Make yourself a nice stingray omelet. That's how Steve Irwin died. Cholesterol.
It's fucking delicious.
His father had ended up killing his mother and committing suicide.
In that order?
That's diabolical. I like it.
They had an apple gun where you could shoot Bigfoot.
Has she always been retarded?
I mean, she could have had a head injury.
You don't know anything about tartar sauce.
He had picked up a 400-pound statue and was like walking around with it.
Was the statue racist?
I'd like to think so.
It's like how they invented bacon and avocado to make a turkey sandwich tolerable.
I have a fear of fire.
Like a werewolf? Daniel, you've been our greatest viewer. Well, Daniel and Sarah and Katrina.
Daniel!